Tuesday afternoon on Radio West Fife, Channel 1 at the Queen Margaret Hospital, and we are playing you Warren Zevon. Forget about the werewolves of London though, let's talk about the wild cats of West Fife. I've got Bob Wallace on the line. How you doing, Bob?
I know too bad, David, yourself?
Not bad at all, not bad at all.
Good, good.
The cats, they seem to be coming back to life again, don't they?
Very much so, mate, yeah.
Yeah, do you think it's a springtime thing?
Well, I don't know if it's a springtime thing for the cats or not, but certainly the good weather certainly helps us with reported sightings from people out and about, you know. It was certainly a quiet start to the year. We had nothing the first couple of months, and then all of a sudden we had 4 all at once last month.
So can you tell us briefly a little bit about these most recent sightings?
Yeah, the first one I actually got was from a chap who was travelling home from Glasgow one Sunday afternoon. He was on a bus coming back from Glasgow into Dunfermline, and because he was sitting behind the bus, obviously he seen the cat in the field just as they come into Kearney Hill. There's a big roundabout to come off the 895. Just around the roundabout, he spotted what he thought was a black Labrador dog in the field, walking from the village towards Kincardine area. He was walking quite slow, quite deliberate, so it wasn't in a hurry to go anywhere. He said that the animal then suddenly stopped and started to stalk along the hedgerow as if it was chasing a rabbit down or something, you know.
It's the use of the word stalk, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly. It's not what you'd expect to hear for a dog, but obviously by this time the bus had got level with this animal, and the guy got quite a good look at it. And as he said, when he saw the head, the ears, the long body and the very, very long sweeping tail, he knew it wasn't a dog he was looking at, but in fact a cat. He estimated the size of the cat to be, in his words, as big as a panther. Height 2.5 feet plus. And a length 4 to 5 feet, excluding the tail, which I reckon again was about 3.5 to 4 feet long, and in the classic S shape, you know.
And there was the one in the Dunfermline Press last week as well about the guy up by the Wellwood Tip, the recycling centre.
That's right. Yes, that was the one on the Saturday, 13th of March. I actually I dealt with that one as well, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, the case may be for myself, but not for the cats, you know. I got a phone call on Sunday morning, Sunday the 14th, I think it was, from the police. The Wildlife and Crime Prevention Officer for the area had actually took a phone call on the Sunday morning about 10:30 from this chap, who obviously explained the situation that he had been at the recycling centre the Saturday night before, had left about 6 o'clock. His mobile phone had rung, so he pulled into the side of the road on the left-hand side entrance to the field. He then became aware that the sheep in the field were actually quite agitated. There was about 15 or 16 of them all bunched together and running very, very fast along the hill towards the town hill area. The chap said that a few seconds later he saw a large leopard-sized cat stalk along the hedgerow, and there again the word stalk, you know. It seems to be a classic description of how the animals are moving. The cat got to about 20 feet from him and stopped. It looked in the direction of him in the car for 3 to 4 seconds. It came a bit closer, so this time he reckoned it was within 10 to 12 feet of the car. And that's when he noticed the very, very yellowy green eyes. Yeah,
they seem to be getting quite brave, don't they? Very brave.
Yeah, well, it's as the poor chap said, you know, his first reaction was one of shock at seeing such a thing that close. His initial reaction was to lock the car doors for whatever reason, you know. I mean, I'm not mocking the chap, I really am there.
I think I'd be inclined to do the same thing, lock the doors.
Yeah, well, I mean,
there's not much else to do.
I know that sort of animals are quite good, you know, but they're not that good either that they can open the car door. If they want in through your window, they're coming in through the window whether the door's locked or not, unfortunately, you know. But I can understand the chap's point of view. It's not automatic reaction, you're going to click and the doors are locked, you know, you feel a little bit more secure if your property is locked down type of thing, but... I'm afraid
there was another sighting up at Red Craig's Quarry as well at Roscoby. Where is Roscoby?
That's on the Salon Road. Is it 9134? It's the road that runs through from the back end of Town Hill through into Salon. The way it was described to me, it's about 8 kilometres from Loch Fitty. It's in that area sort of thing.
So not too far from the tip at Wellwood either?
Not that far, mate. As the crow flies, you're looking at maybe 5 to 6 miles. The interesting part of that one is it was the same morning, Saturday the 13th, there was 3 of the quarry workers had reported seeing a large cat come from the top of the quarry down along the ridge and heading off in the general direction of Kelty and the Blairardle Forest. We also have the glow up there, which is another favourable site for big cat sightings, you know. As the anglers start again up there, I'm kind of hoping there'll be a few more sights coming in, but the glow being closed just now, you kind of wonder if the cats have been getting left alone up there and they've set up home, shall we say. You know? Yeah,
and the other sighting down at the Lime Kilns Road, that was a wee bit further out, wasn't it?
That was further out, yeah. That was between the Lime Kilns and Dunfermline Road. The 9156 from coming up off of the road south end back into work.
You know, I'm a taxi driver and I wouldn't have a clue what that road's number was. I just know it's there.
is just one of the things we do, mate. If we get a sighting report, we go obviously go and we check it, so we've got that sort of details at hand if anybody needs to know the exact locations, We can even go down as far as grid references if they want, but I'll no bore you with that sort of technical stuff. But yes, that was a witness. She was actually driving home from her work the previous evening, Wednesday 23rd of March, at around 10 to 7. She was heading back into Dunfermline, obviously. She was about half a mile up that road. You come into a small S-bend and a dip. There's a farm on your left-hand side and a small cottage on your right-hand side. Mm-hmm. Just about 150 yards beyond that, there's a clump of trees that lies on the right-hand side. Now, mm-hmm. She said that she saw the rear end of a large cat going through the undergrowth and into the ceiling. She was a bit surprised at seeing something like that so close, because again she was about 10-15 feet from this cat. But what sticks in her mind again is this long sweeping S-shaped tail and the very, very muscular back legs. Again, she estimates the size of the cat from ground to the top of her rump at being about 2.5 feet tall. She's unsure of the length of the cat because again she only saw the back quarter. But she reckons that the tail must have been in excess of 3.5 feet. So to give you an idea, that the cat's almost 4.5 feet long,
So that's 4 different sightings in the space of a week.
That's 4 different sightings in the space of, the first one I got, mate, was the 6th of March, and the last one there was the 23rd of March. So,
right, a couple of weeks then.
It's within a fortnight or so, yeah.
Is there any connection between the witnesses who've come forward this time around?
None that I'm aware of. I mean, as I said, the first one, the chap was on the bus. He's an office worker. The second one, obviously, was the old chap that was coming from the mm-hmm. recycle centre, who is now retired and not working. It was the 3 quarry workers up in the quarry that spotted the cat earlier that morning. And this lady also works around the Fife dockyard area. So, as far as I'm aware, there is no connection with them at all. Now,
call me cynical, but the first sighting, the witness that saw it, you say he was an office worker through in Glasgow. He hadn't been out in the Raz on the Saturday night, no?
Well, I couldn't say for definite whether it would be on the Raz or not, but bear in mind it was 2:30 in the afternoon, so...
Should have sobered up nicely by that time.
Maybe had that 1 or 2 the night before, but by that time we would expect him to have a sort of half-sensible head on his shoulders,
In terms of that first sighting, what do you make of the fact that the cat was seen so close to people's homes in Cairney Hill and during the daytime?
Yeah, that's the bit that intrigues me. It's not normal cat behaviour. I mean, as you know, the cats are quite elusive animals and they tend to stay well away from habitat areas during the daylight hours. I would expect that to have happened maybe about 2 o'clock in the morning sort of thing, The only thing I can think of is maybe it's a young, immature cat that's not that experienced. It's not got enough sense about it so far to stay away from the public eye, shall we say.
And judging by the description of the cat at the Wellwood sighting, it seems to be of a very different breed. How many different cats do you think there actually are out there?
In the Fife area itself, over the last sort of 2 to 3 years, I've had sightings of, reported sightings rather, of a puma, a lynx and this black leopard type cat. If you take everyone at face value then, by the witness accounts, we have 3 different cats out there. I find it hard to believe that they're all in the same area at the same time, because obviously, I mean, they just wouldn't agree with each other, they're solitary animals, they're predatory animals, and they would fiercely defend their territory,
on this Wellwood one, do you think there's any significance it was seen near the recycling centre? Is there any way it could have been scavenging or anything like that?
There's a strong possibility. That one's slap bang in the middle of the Villa and Blairhadam, if you like. You're about 7.5 miles, maybe 8 miles from both as the crow flies. The cats are opportunistic. They'll scavenge on, if they come across a roadkill, they'll predate on that. Anything for an easy meal for them. If they can find a dead animal or there's into the recycle centre, there's maybe, discarded food or what have you, they're exhausting no energy to get it.
What's the landscape like up by Roscoby? I mean, does it lend itself to big cat activity?
It would do. I mean, there's ample coverage for it. There's plenty of trees, there's plenty dense undergrowth for it. There's a few water courses up there, so it has everything it needs. It has a shelter, it has a water course, and it has a supply of food. There's everything a big cat would need.
And with the 4th sighting on the Limekilns Road, sorry, I've got 101 questions running through my head here just
okay,
now.
Yeah, that's okay.
On the terms of the 4th sighting on the Limekilns Road, what actually convinced the lady that she saw a big cat? It was a definite big cat.
The thing that stuck out in her mind was the length of the tail, David. The fact that it was a long, at least 3.5 to 4 feet, sweeping S-shaped tail, and it was the same thickness from start to finish. It didn't taper like a dog's tail does. If you look at a dog's tail, it'll start off thick at the rump and it tapers down to the tail end. And that was what stuck out in the lady's mind, that and actual powerful back legs,
Do you think there is any danger at all posed by these cats?
There's always an element of danger when you think of they are wild animals and they are dangerous to a certain extent. I don't think that they pose that much danger to the humans, to be perfectly honest. My opinion is that they don't want any contact with humans whatsoever. In the wild, they're the apex predator. There's nothing out there that will take them on and win. The only problem is humans. We are their main enemy. We are their biggest problems. So that's why they avoid us like the plague. They will go out their way to avoid you rather than confront you. 9 times out of 10, any sighting that has been happening out there is obviously cats that's been disturbed, or they're crossing from one cover to another to avoid detection. It's not the case that they're coming out there to see what you are, or what you're doing, or whatever. They're going about their natural business, and just what happens that we're there in their path type of thing. My advice would be, if you do come across a big cat, is not to approach it, obviously, and give it plenty of room, let it make its escape route through you. It will not attack you without any warning. It will not just suddenly decide to have a go at you. Believe it or not, it's more frightened of you than you will be a hit. You probably won't think so, but take my word for it, the cat will be more frightened of you than you will be of that, and it will avoid you like the plague. It will do everything possible in its power to get away from you. Obviously, if you corner it, it's like anything else. It will stand its ground, it will fight its way through, But you will be given a few warning signs before the cat will attack. The ears will go back against the head, the tail will start to swish, you'll get a whole growl hissing at you. Take the warning signs and heed them. Back off slowly, and the cat will leave you alone.
Bob, thank you very much for keeping us up to date on what's going on. Who should people report to if they witness anything, if they see a big cat?
Well, they can do it directly to myself in the strictest confidence. If they come to me and they say, I want to keep this off record, then that's the way it stays. All the sightings that happen in the paper, I don't know if you notice or not, most of them the details are withheld of the witnesses, and that's at the witness request. Unless a witness says to me, yeah, I'm quite happy to divulge my details, they do not get divulged. If the witness is not happy for me to go to the papers, again, that report is kept separate. So if they see anything and they feel like they need to talk to anybody about it, in confidence, they can certainly come to myself.
They contact you via your website. Can you remind us of that website again,
Yes,
Bob?
I can do, mate. Yep, it's bigcatsinbritain.org, or they can contact me through my email, which is wallace_robert@yahoo.co.uk.
Bob, thank you very much for coming on for a wee chat today. Absolutely fascinating stuff, and it's been brilliant to be kept up to date.
Not a problem, David. It's my pleasure.
Radio